In 1990, this company was the pride of America. If it wasn't a Boeing, you weren't going. But today, it is a disaster zone, doors blowing off in midair, whistleblowers suddenly dying, and a stock price in freefall. How did the world's greatest engineering company turn into a graveyard of greed? The answer isn't just bad luck. It was a deliberate choice made by one man 20 years ago. This is the story of how a $100 billion giant committed suicide. The Golden Age. To understand the tragedy, we have to look at what was lost. For decades, this company was run by engineers. The people in charge were the ones who designed the wings, tested the engines, and obsessed over safety. They had a saying, "We hire engineers and other people work for them." It worked. The 747 changed global travel. The 777 was a marvel of efficiency. They were the king of the skies. Their reputation was bulletproof. If a pilot saw that name on the yoke, they knew they were safe. But in 1997, everything changed. They acquired a rival company called McDonnell Douglas. On paper, it was a merger. In reality, it was a virus. The executives from the failing rival company didn't care about engineering. They cared about the stock price, and they slowly began to take over the boardroom. The culture shift. The new CEO, Harry Stonecipher, had a different philosophy. He openly mocked the old culture. He said, quote, "We need to stop behaving like a family and start behaving like a team." What did that mean? It meant cutting costs. Suddenly, the headquarters was moved from Seattle, where the planes were actually built, to Chicago, thousands of miles away from the factory floor. The executives literally physically separated themselves from the product. Experienced engineers were fired to save money. Critical software development was outsourced to temporary workers earning $9 an hour. They were stripping the copper out of the walls to sell it for scraps. And for a while, Wall Street loved it. The stock soared. The executives got rich. But on the factory floor, the workers were sounding the alarm. They knew that the quality was dropping. They knew that disaster wasn't a matter of if, but when. The bloodshed. Then the inevitable happened. In 2018, a brand new 737 MAX crashed in Indonesia. 5 months later, another one fell out of the sky in Ethiopia. 346 people were dead. And what did the executives do? Did they take responsibility? No. They blamed the pilots. They blamed foreign airlines. They tried to hide the truth. But the truth was in the code. To save money, they had installed a secret software called MCAS that pushed the nose of the plane down automatically. And they didn't tell the pilots it existed because training them would cost too much money. It gets darker. When engineers tried to speak up, they were silenced. In 2024, a brave whistleblower named John Barnett, who exposed the use of substandard parts, was found dead in his truck just days before he was set to testify against the company. Police ruled it a suicide. 2 months later, another whistleblower, Joshua Dean, died suddenly of a mystery infection. The message to the workers was clear: keep your mouth shut and build the planes. The end? Today, the once great giant is on life support. Doors are blowing off mid-flight. Wheels are falling off on the runway. The stock is a roller coaster of panic. They saved money on engineers, but they lost billions in lawsuits, groundings, and reputation. The lesson of Boeing is a warning to every company on Earth. You can fool the shareholders for a quarter, and you can fool the board of directors for a year, but you cannot fool the laws of physics. Eventually, gravity always wins.